to share a couple of things that I didn't know about pregnancy. Some of them good, some of them not so good. Now, I had mentioned in my last video that I had had an ectopic pregnancy, and for 2 years we've been trying. But here's the real kicker. I had to look for another job because my hours were being cut at work because of the pandemic. Because I'm a cleaner and the pandemic had essentially ended, we didn't have as much work, so I had to look for something else. And in that moment I was like, well, we've been trying to get pregnant for 2 years. It's obviously not going to happen, and right now would be a really bad time for that to happen. And some higher power said, oh, this would be inconvenient right now? Here's a baby. Now, I was super excited, but also super stressed out because the timing was horrible. But at 6 months now, I am so excited about meeting this little girl that, oh, she's going to be amazing and beautiful, and I really look forward to all the baby cuddles. But there's a few things that I have not been looking forward to. Now, the first thing is, of course, the morning sickness. I mean, who likes that? But nobody warns you that it's, that you can just be sitting there feeling fine, and then all of a sudden you're like, nope, I'm gonna go throw up now. Nobody warned you that that's gonna happen. You just think, hey, I feel nauseous and I'm going to throw up. No one said, bam, out of nowhere. Now, I also had it where, the morning sickness had passed. I was past my first trimester and I was eating. And I've had this happen before, where you're eating and all of a sudden that last bite, your throat like, nope, what are you doing? And kind of closes off a little bit. Sometimes you force that swallow and you're like, okay, I'm done. That last bite was definitely too much. So I did that. And all of a sudden, instantly my stomach was like, bad move. You were fine until that one last bite and everything came back up. Nobody warned me that that was a thing. Then there's the movements, which is so exciting. When you start feeling that life inside of you, it starts to finally feel so real. But then there's some downsides to that. Like, have you ever been kicked in the crotch from the inside of your body? To put this in perspective for the men, I want you to think, like getting kicked in the scrotum inside your body. It stings a little bit. Now they're baby kicks, little baby kicks, but that doesn't make it less unpleasant. That shit radiates, I'm telling you. Now, it's usually a little jump and I'm scared, and then I'll get laughed at because I jumped because the baby kicked me, which is still exciting, but there's definitely times where I'm like, I could probably live without the crotch shots. I recently had to have an ultrasound to make sure everything was okay, and I ended up with that. Yeah, that is one terrifying ultrasound. I'm not sure if I'm having a baby or a demon baby. I don't know, but I always joke that I'd probably have the spawn of Satan, and maybe I am. It's really, really exciting, and I do want to say for people who've had problems that sometimes it literally happened the moment you stop trying. Like, I'm pretty sure we stopped trying, and that's when, like, there was that crash collision